Okay, so I want to get some of these thoughts and feelings out there before they become irrelevant or I just forget them. But apparently, as of the end of the writer's strike, Disney is back to their ways with announcing live action remakes. And one of those many live action remakes they've announced they're doing, officially it seems, is Bambi, of all things, which I mean, I think they announced they were planning to do a live action Bambi remake a while ago, but I guess it was more in like rumor territory. But now with but now like since I think they've announced a writer that's attached to it. I don't remember her name right now, but there is a writer attached now, so it seems more official. They are actually going through with it, which begs the question, who asked for that? Like who honestly asked or wanted to see a live action Bambi remake? Cuz it's like, don't get me wrong, I like Bambi. That's one of my favorite Disney movies. But Bambi as a live, first of all, it probably wouldn't even be live action. It'd probably be like what they did with the Lion King remake, where they just kind of had live action settings and all the characters were like hyper realistic CGI, which I don't know what you'd call that at that point, but just animated again. But it's like, I love Bambi. Again, that's one of my favorite Disney movies personally. But I also understand that, like, Bambi, yes, it is one of Disney's most classic movies, but is it really their most popular movie? Like, from their beginnings? Like, people talk about Snow White. Like, when it comes to early Disney films, I feel like people talk about Snow White or Fantasia or Cinderella, like those way more than they bring up Bambi. I feel like people bring up Dumbo more than they do Bambi in that era. Which I'm a Bambi fan. I'll admit that. That's my favorite personally. But like, I will also acknowledge, again, not their most popular or I don't know how to call it. Like, not their most acknowledged from that early era at times compared to the others. So from like a business standpoint, it makes no sense out of any they've chosen. They choose to do Bambi, or maybe it's because they're just running out from that era. Because they already announced the Snow White one. They already did a Dumbo one, which I did not see, which is good because I've heard it's bad. So like they've already done, no, So like I guess what else can they pick at this point? But again, out of any ones left that you could pick from, why Bambi of all things? And also another thing, I per the course of these Disney remakes, they're already talking about things about modernization, making it more modern for mainstream audiences. And it's like, then you picked the wrong movie to even try to do that with. Because Bambi Bambi does not it's not really a story heavy movie. It's just kind of a coming of age story with a deer protagonist living in the woods with all these other woodland critters. So like when this writer comes out, I think before even making a first draft of the script, saying things like they're gonna modernize the movie, I'm here like, what? What is there to modernize? It's a bunch of animals in the forest. It takes place in a timeless setting. There's no specific time period you could put the story of Bambi in any specific time period and it wouldn't matter because it's in the forest. Like what do you mean by modernize it? Are we gonna have the hunters be like actual characters we see? Are the hunters who are probably gonna be now on-camera characters instead of the off-screen threats like they are in the original movie? Are they gonna be on screen? We're gonna see them and probably played by celebrities. Is there gonna be a scene where one of them has like an Apple iPhone or something? Like, is that what she means by modernize? Are they gonna be using like random quote unquote modern slang or terms? Like, what does she mean? What does any of this mean? What is modernize anymore? Like, to them, is is Bambi's mom not gonna die? Because from the way she interviews they're talking about it sounds like they say they're gonna tone it down because they don't want to traumatize today's kids with Bambi's mom's death. But I mean, yeah, Bambi's mom's death is sad. I mean, it's a well done scene, and there's a reason why it's one of the most iconic scenes, not just from that movie, but in cinema. Period, like from cinema history. Period. Like everyone knows that scene, and there's a reason it's a classic. It's a good scene, like just well done. But like, it also makes me worried now how they're gonna handle it, because it's like, are they even gonna handle it at all? Is it just gonna be a copy and paste in live action with that scene, like copy paste, or are they just not gonna kill her off at all? Like, is she gonna live? Is she going to live and Bambi's dad, the great prince, gonna be the dead one? Is Bambi's mom gonna be a strong female character, quote unquote? You know, like, is that what they're gonna do? Because if they are, then count me out, because there isn't any need for that in a story like Bambi, which is about, which, I mean, sorry for me to assume that a movie called Bambi is gonna be about the character named Bambi, you know, the character with that name, and his coming of age story, growing up and living life in the forest, you know. But honestly, I wouldn't put it. At this point, with modern Disney and modern Disney remakes, specifically in the remakes department, it would not surprise me if they go down that route. And I really should. No one should be giving them ideas, because they might actually go through with it. Who knows? I mean, like, is Faline, his love interest, gonna be the strong female character? Is she gonna be the one fighting off the hunting dogs that are chasing Bambi instead in this live action version? Is that what they're gonna do? They're gonna reverse their roles from the original, where she was the one getting chased and in trouble and he saved her? Is it gonna be he's now in trouble or cornered by them and she has to step in and start fighting them, or help him fight them or something? Like, is that what's gonna happen? That's a joke, but I honestly should not be giving them ideas. Yeah, just Bambi live action remake. Why? No one asked for this. No one in the world really needed. It's not really a needed thing. Nobody asked for it. It's just super unnecessary at this point. If it does go through and it actually does end up happening, I'll probably watch it, but more out of morbid curiosity what it's like. Because I'll always love the original Bambi, and even its straight to DVD sequel or midquel Bambi 2, I will admit I probably watched Bambi 2 more than the original Bambi movie. But I love both movies dearly, and the Bambi character and Bambi, that character in general. Every time I go to Disney or go anywhere, I immediately buy whatever new Bambi merchandise there is, because there's not always a lot. So whatever new stuff I can find there, I get it immediately. You just gotta take the scraps sometimes, you know, with certain Disney characters they choose to promote. But like, yeah, now I'm just rambling at this point. I think I'm gonna end it here. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this news of the Bambi live action remake. Pretty ridiculous idea overall. But tell me what your thoughts are on this announcement. Do you like the idea? Do you hate the idea? Are you in the middle? Are you just gonna wait and see what happens? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed, and this has been just some fangirl, and we are out.